Yeah, boy, I told you the one Stingray Cool here, the one show I was telling you I was gonna do. I had to stay true to my word. Reason I'm doing a show to show you the greatness of a black athlete known as Allen Iverson and tell you his backstory and give you some cool stuff and let you know there's a lot of black empowerment, a lot of black people doing successful things. And there's a lot of information that our black superstars are doing. There's a lot of positive things they're doing. I know it's not popular in black YouTube in this sector. It's so black positivity, but I didn't come here to be popular. I come here to entertain, uplift people, uplift my black people, and show y'all all these black stereotypes are wrong, and black men are building, and black women are building. Cause pretty soon I'm gonna do some content on Lisa Leslie. A beautiful black queen. Tell you her background and what she doing and what her husband doing for the community. But you see today's show, we talk about Allen Iverson, aka AI, aka the man who juked Jordan, well, the man who gave Michael Jordan a hard time. All right, thank you. Appreciate you, Young Doug. Now I just gotta find like when I'm gonna do that. Thank you, Young Doug. Yeah, boy. Hold up, let me get my handy dandy phone so we can talk about AI. Thank you, Lacrosse Lounge. Appreciate you. Appreciate that like and appreciate everyone else who gave me a like. All right. Here we go. Allen Iverson. Allen Iverson, also known as Allen Ezel Iverson, born June 7th, 1975. A former professional basketball player nicknamed The Answer and AI. He played 14 seasons in the National Basketball Association, also aka the NBA. See, on both shooting guard, so he's a shooting guard and a point guard position. Iverson won the NBA Rookie of the Year award in 1997. So he's been out longer than 97. I thought it was just like 2003. But yeah, 2003 is really when I really paid attention to him, you know. And was 11 time NBA All Star. He won the All Star Game MVP award in 2001. Thank you. See, in 2005 was the NBA's most valuable player MVP. In 2001 he was also inducted to the Naismith Memorial Basketball Hall of Fame in 2016. Aka 2016, October 2021, Iverson was honored as one of the league's greatest players of all time by being named to the NBA 75th anniversary team. That's pretty cool. Iverson is Iverson is often regarded as one of the greatest ball handlers and as one of the most influential basketball players in NBA history. Yeah, because he changed style up. Before then they had more defensive style. Allen Iverson, he brought that more of that hood style, that hip style with the headbands, and the shoes. And he also brought an and one style to basketball. He made it more hip. I think correct me if I'm wrong, but he invented the flashy jewelry and stuff for basketball. What no one else was known for dressing hood, having flashy jewelry, and having more of a hipness. And no, because back then their version of hip was different than Allen Iverson. He had more hood hip. Everyone else had more like a fancy hip, because we like Jordan, Magic Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal. When they wasn't like in their gear, they was in suits and ties. Allen Iverson, when he wasn't in his gear, he was in like the button up shirts, the khaki pants, pipes from Tommy Hilfiger, Fubu. You know, I might do some content on Fubu later on. Well, in general, but not right now. But he had like the earrings, the bling bling, all that. He was flashy. He was more like Deion Sanders of basketball. Deion Sanders was an old legend in football and also baseball, and he was known for being flashy. So Al Iverson would be like his basketball counterpart. He was very flashy. Let's see. So he was born in June 7th, 1975. So he's 46 in Hampton, Virginia. VA in the house. So he's standing at 6 feet tall. He weighed at 165 pounds, so make him one like a smaller athlete. He wasn't as small as much as Bo or Spud McKenzie or Spud Webb, I think. Yes, but he wasn't a big guy because everyone be like, everyone in the NBA was like 6'8" and over. And Shaq was at that time was the tallest before Yao Ming came along. Shaq I think 7'1", Yao Ming like 7'3". So Allen Iverson wasn't that big of a dude, but he had the skills though. Let's see. So he went to high school in Bethel, Hampton, Virginia. He went to college in Georgetown from 1994 to 1996. The NBA draft in the 96 in round one, he was the first pick overall. He was selected by the Philadelphia 76ers. All right. So he played from 1996 to 2011. His position was shooting guard, point guard. So he had number three and also number one. Like Nelly said, I am number one. So 1996 to 2006, he played for the Philadelphia 76. 2006 2008, he played for Denver Nuggets. 2008 2009, he played for the Detroit Pistons. 2009, he played for the Memphis Grizzlies. Memphis in the house. 2009 2010, he played for Philadelphia 76ers. And also 2010 2011, he played in the Biscuitus JK. I think that's when he was playing overseas, like Japan, Germany, and Russia, and I think London and stuff like that. So he had the NBA Most Valuable Player award in 2001. He was 11-time NBA All Star from 2010. From 2000 to 2010. He was let's see, another two. Let's see. Yeah, he was a two times NBA All Star Game MVP for 2001 and 2001 and in 2005. And he also was three times NBA First Team 1999, 2001, 2005. He was a three times All NBA Second Team 2000, 2002, 2003. That was cool. He was All NBA Third Team in 2006. He was an NBA Rookie of the Year in 1997. He was an NBA All Rookie First Team in 1997. He was a four times NBA scoring champion in 1999, 2001, 2002, 2005. Goodness, this brother's true excellence. See, he was a three-time NBA steals leader from 2001 to 2003 in the NBA 75th anniversary team. And number three, retired by Philadelphia 76ers, consists first team All American 1996, first team All Big East 1996, second team All Big East 1995, a two-time Big East Defensive Player of the Year 1995, 1996, Big East Rookie of the Year 1995, first team Parade All American 1993. So he won 25,368 points, 2.26.7 PPG, rebounds 3,339, 3.7 RPG, assists 5,625, cents point two APG, stats at NBA.com. Mm-hmm. So in 2004, he played in the Olympic Games with Athens, United States, the FIBA American Championship 2003, San Juan, United States, Summer Uv Slade, Summer Youth Society in 1999, Fakua, United States. So, Iverson, he attended Bethlehem, Virginia. He was a dual sports athlete. He earned Associate Press High School Player of the Year award in both football and basketball and won the Division 5 AAA Virginia State Championship in both sports. At the high school, Iverson played college basketball with the Georgetown Hoyas for 2 years, where he set the school record for the career scoring average of 22.9 points per game. Goodness, that's a cool achievement. That's a good achievement. That's a cool achievement. And won the Big East Defensive Player of the Year awards both years. Following two successful years at Georgetown University, Iverson declared eligibility for the 1996 NBA Draft. All right, that's a good achievement. And was selected by the Philadelphia 76ers. With the first overall pick, he was named NBA Rookie of the Year in 1996 to 1997 season, a four-time scoring champion winning the NBA scoring title during the 1998, 1999, 2000, 2001, 2001 to 2002, 2000 and 2004, 2005 season, 2000, 2001. Iverson was one of the most prolific scorers in NBA history despite his relatively small stature, listed at 6 feet tall, 183 centimeters. His regular season career scoring average was 26.7. Shoot, that's good, man. That ain't bad. Especially be a smaller guy, because, we done seen NBA players. Well, not a, some seen them in person. People like me haven't seen them in person. And these some giants. To be a 6 foot guy, tall guy, you dealing with people like 6'8" and up. Probably about the size of LeBron. You know, dealing like Shaquille O'Neal and Yao Ming because he was still playing when Yao Ming was around. So you got some pretty large people. That's like just to be a 6 foot tall guy making it with them big guys. That's a good thing. You got skills. God has blessed you. Yeah, that's gonna happen. His regular season career scoring average of 26.7 points a game ranked seventh all time, and his playoff career scoring average of 29.7 points per game, and the second only to Michael Jordan. All right, that's pretty cool. Iverson was also the NBA Most Valuable Player of 2000 to 2001 season and led his team to the 2001 NBA Finals. Same season, Iverson represented the United States at the 2004 Summer Olympics, winning the bronze medal. That ain't bad. Bronze is cool. Later in his career, Iverson played for the Denver Nuggets, Detroit Pistons, and the Memphis Grizzlies before ending his NBA career with the 76ers during the 2009-2010 season. He was rated the fifth greatest NBA shooting guard of all time by ESPN in 2008. He finished his career in Turkey with the Besiktas in 2011. He returned as a player coach for Three's Company in the entire inaugural season of the BG3 of the Big Three. In his early life, Iverson was born in Hampton, Virginia, to a single 15-year-old mother, Ann Iverson, and was given his mother's maiden name after his father, Allen Broughton, left her. During his early childhood years in Hampton, Iverson was given the nickname Bubba Chuck, and a childhood friend, Jamie Rogers, said that Iverson would always look out for the younger kids and he could teach anybody. When Iverson was 13, father figure Michael Freeman was arrested in front of the team for dealing drugs. Iverson then failed to eighth grade because of absence and moved to get out of the projects. Shoot, God can do anything, get you out of everything. He came from having a 15-year-old single mother to an absent father to get out the project. That's faith, work, and dedication. Now he a legend. He don't have to worry about nothing. His name is Stone. You know, he attended Bedford High School where he started as a quarterback for the school football team, while also playing running back, kick returner, and defensive back. He also stated, he also started at point guard for the school basketball team during his junior year. Iverson was able to lead both teams to Virginia State championships, as well as earn the Associated Press High School Player of the Year award in both sports. Man, that's a gift to do both basketball and football and win awards. He's like a child prodigy. You know, prodigy. Iverson played the Boo Williams AAU basketball team and won the 1992 17 and under AAU national championship. See, jail on February 14th, 1993. Iverson and several of his friends were involved in an altercation with several other patrons at a bowling alley in Hampton, Virginia. Allegedly, Iverson crowd was rush, raucous. Yeah, it had to be asked to quiet down 7 times, several times, and eventually a shouting duel began with another group of youths. Shortly after that, a fight erupted, pitting the white crowd against the black crowd. During the fight, Iverson allegedly struck a woman in the head with a chair. He and three of his friends were also black, were only people who arrested Iverson, who was 17 at the time. was convicted as an adult in a felony charge, maiming by a mob, a rarely used Virginia state, and was designed to combat lynching. So a videotape surfaced and the incident shows Iverson leaving shortly after the fighting began. See, of the incident, Iverson said, "For me to be in a bowling alley where everybody in the whole place know who I am, be cracking people upside the head with chairs, think nothing gonna happen. That's crazy. What kind of man would you I be to hit a girl in the head with the D word chair? I would have him say I hit a man with a chair, not a D word woman." So, after that, Iverson spent 4 months in Newport City Farm Correctional Facility in Newport News. He was granted clemency by Virginia Governor Douglas Wilder. No shout out to Douglas Wilder for doing that. And the Virginia Court of Appeals eventually overturned the conviction in 1995 for insignificant evidence. This incident hits the impact community and exploited in the documentary film No Crossover, The Trial of Allen Iverson. Go check that out. No Crossover, Trial of Allen Iverson. Let me put that out. Iverson High School basketball coach stated that they wanted to make an example out of Iverson. James Ellison, Iverson's lawyer, said only defendant not given bond are capital murderers, Tom Brokaw. And the public played a huge role in the release of Iverson. So all the people in the public supported Iverson. So he got released. There were they were rallies and marches for all four black men that were incarcerated. And Brackall did a special interview with Iverson from the jail. And this special in, in the special, Iverson was very apologetic and somber. Iverson was very apologetic and sober. There we go, somber. Brackall even said, "I thought the sentence was surprisingly harsh. In the time in prison, Iverson said I had to use the whole jail situation as something positive. Going to jail, someone sees something weak in you, they'll exploit it. I never showed any weakness, which I believe that because Iverson ain't nothing to play with. He a peaceful dude, but he ain't no punk. He ain't no pushover. He ain't weak. He never have been and never will be. I grew up off of our lives. I might not pay attention to him in the '90s like that, but I caught on to him in 2003 and like the early 2000s. Yeah, he ain't nothing to play with. You know, and boy, he a fool on that court, man. Look at all his flashbacks. Man, I think he the first person, or maybe the only person that crossed Jordan. He was like, you know, just go check it out, man. You know, he is AI for a reason. He is like artificial intelligence. He was a constant thinker, and he a constant thinker in that court. Man, see what he get. And just kept going strong until I came out. The prison sentence forced him to complete his senior year in high school at Richmond Milburn High School, a school of at-risk students, instead of competing in sports at Bethel. However, 3 years I've spent at Bethel were enough to convince Georgetown University head coach John Thompson to come out and meet Iverson and offer him a full scholarship to join the Georgetown highest basketball team. That's pretty cool. College basketball. His first season at Georgetown was 1994 to 1995. Iverson won the Big East Rookie of the Year award and was named All Rookie Tournament first team. That season, Iverson led the Hoyas to the Sweet 16 round and end of the NCAA tournament, where they lost to the North Carolina Tar Heels. North Carolina in the house, Tar Heels, baby, Tar Heels Nation. His second, his second and final season at Georgetown in 1995-96, Iverson led the team to a Big East championship and all the way to the Elite E8 round of the NCAA tournament, where the Well, they lost to the Massachusetts Minutes, man. All right. I didn't know that team exists. You learn something new every day. He ended his college career as the Hoyas' all-time leader in career scoring average of 22.9 points per game. Iverson was named as the first team All-American. Iverson was also named Big East Defensive Player of the Year in each of his 2 seasons at Georgetown. Following his sophomore year, Iverson declared for the 1996 NBA draft. He was the first player under Coach Thompson to leave Georgetown early for the NBA. Now his professional career, he played for Philadelphia. We said that 1996 to 2006, early years 1996 to 2000. After two, after two seasons at Georgetown, Iverson was selected with the first overall pick in the 1996 NBA draft to the Philadelphia Sixers. Of course, listed at 6 feet. He became the shortest first overall pick ever in the league, normally dominated by tall players. So that proves you don't have to be tall to be dominant. You gotta have the heart, ambition, and work ethic and faith in God and faith in yourself, and you can do anything, no matter how big your opponents are. It's about the skill, heart, and ambition. Mm-hmm. Iverson came to Philadelphia team that had just finished the previous season with a dismal 18 to 64 records. NBA debut. Iverson recorded 30. He recorded 30 points with and 6 assists on the 103 to 111 loss to Milwaukee Bucks. He tied Willie Anderson for the third highest scoring output by a rookie guard in his debut. That ain't bad. On November 12, 1996, Iverson recorded a then career high of 35 points to go along with 7 rebounds, 6 assists, and 2 steals on a 101-97 road win over the Knicks. In the game, points goes 55-8 Chicago Bulls. Iverson scored 37 points and memorably crossed over Michael Jordan. He broke Wilt Chamberlain's rookie record of three straight games with at least 40 points during so in 5 straight games, including 50-point effort in Cleveland against the Cavaliers. This post LeBron, this way before LeBron made Cleveland Cavaliers popular. Before then, in the '90s, that I can remember, Cavaliers weren't mentioned like that. It was mainly like, Charlotte had some, sign from North Carolina, so we know Charlotte had like some memorable times. Plus Chicago Bulls, but Cleveland didn't really get recognized like that. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but from my point of view, Cleveland wasn't recognized like that until like years later by LeBron. What Cleveland did have, like Postable LeBron, they did have Shaq though, so they did have some recognition. So I take that back. They did have recognition. Like probably like the early 2000s whenever Shaq came to Cleveland. So I'm rephrase that. But now they more popular hearing about Cleveland now because of LeBron compared to the '90s. To be specific, 'cause you know how that go. Generations gonna change when a new upcoming star go to another that team. The publicity they might not have then that I have now. So ain't nothing wrong with that. See, yeah. The Raptors now, I remember from what I can remember in the '90s, they had a little buzz too. Toronto Raptors, you know, Timberwolves, they had Memphis, they had a little publicity too, And Memphis Grizzlies might have not, probably not that much. Of course, Charlotte, we had Muggsy Bogues and guys like that. So like we had a lot of problems. Chicago had Dennis Rodman, people like Michael Jordan, and people like that. So that put Chicago on the top of the map. You know, shoot, everyone their mamas wear Chicago Bulls gear. You know, but Al Iverson, the crossover with Michael Jordan, especially at the peak of his career and peak of popularity, to be a guy like Al Iverson, you're a rookie, cross him, that was amazing. That was like finding the Holy Grail. He was like King Arthur or something just for doing that. Especially North Carolina, we from we always know Michael Jordan, our big time hero. He one of the ones next to Ric Flair and people like that to put us on top of the map. So you cross him over, Coach North Carolina showed Al Iverson respect, for that. See, 50 point F Cleveland against the Cavaliers, averaging 23.5 points per game, 7.5 assists per game and 2.1 steals per game for the season. Iverson was named NBA Rookie of the Year. Iverson was only able to help Sixers to a 22 to 60 record in 1997. I mean 1996-97, aided by the rivals Theo Ratliff, Eric Snow, Aaron McKee, and new coach Larry Brown. Iverson continued to help the 76ers move forward in following seasons as they improved 9 games to finish 31 and 51. Let's see what else. MVP season trip to the NBA Finals 2000-2001. During the 2000-2001 season, Iverson led his team to a franchise record of 10-0 start to the season and was named the starter of it. Yeah, and was named a starter at the 2001 NBA All-Star Game, where he won the game MVP. The Sixers posted a 56-26 record on the year, the best in the Eastern Conference. That ain't bad. Now, Eastern Conference ain't bad, you know. Season earning the top seed. He also averaged in the then high, yeah, career high 31.1 points, winning his second NBA scoring title in the process. Iverson won the NBA steal title at 2.5 a game. Iverson was named NBA Most Valuable Player at 6 foot, 165 pounds. He became the shortest and lightest player to win the MVP award. He had 93 first place votes out of a possible 124. He also was named the All Star NBA. I mean, he was also named All NBA First Team for his accomplishments in the playoffs. Iverson and the Sixers defeated the Indiana Pacers, all right, in the first round before meeting Vince Carter led Toronto Raptors. Hey, Vince Carter, he stuck with the Raptors for a long time. In the Eastern semifinals, the series went full 7 games. In the next round, the Sixers defeated the Milwaukee Bucks. Hey, the Milwaukee had some buzz too now. Let's not sleep on the Milwaukee Bucks. Also win 7 games to advance to the 2001 NBA Finals against the defending champion Los Angeles Lakers. You know, Lakers, rest in peace, Kobe. Featuring the duo of Kobe Bryant and Shaquille O'Neal. Iverson led the Sixers to their first final since their 1983 championship. So now it's the first final since 1983. See, in the game of the 2001 NBA Finals, Iverson scored a playoff high of 48 points and beat the heavily favored Lakers 107 to 101. It was the Lakers' only playoff loss that year. Dang, that ain't bad. So he gave him the only playoff loss that year. He notably stepped over Tyrone Lue after hitting a crucial shot. Iverson would go on to score 23, 35, 35, and 37 in games 2 to 5. All losing efforts through the Sixers were not swept like many predicted. Iverson enjoyed his most successful season as an individual and as a member of the Sixers during the 2000-2001 NBA season. Iverson began using uh, a basketball sleeve during this season during his recovery from bursitis in the right elbow. Other players, including Carmelo Anthony. All right, Carmelo been out a long time. I wouldn't think about that. He was out since 2000, 2001. And Kobe Bryant, because no Kobe Bryant, been out since the 90s. All the way to like 2011. I don't know exact year he retired. Adopted the sleeves as well as did fans who the sleeves as a fashion statement. So he made it popular for. So it was for him, Allen Iverson, LeBron, all of them wouldn't be wearing the sleeves now. So he made it popular. I ain't know that. You learn something new every day. Now I knew about the jewelry and bling blinging when he wasn't playing basketball. He made that popular in the diamond earrings and the headband. Being a basketball player, but I didn't know he made the sleeves popular. Fans wore the sleeves as a fast statement. Iverson continued wearing the sleeve long after his elbow had healed. Some believe the sleeve improved Iverson's shooting ability. Stephen Cutler of Psychology Today suggests that such sleeves may act as a placebo to prevent future injuries. See, early playoff exits and Larry Brown's departure 2001, 2003. Fresh off a trip to the NBA Finals, Iverson and the Sixers entered the 2001-2002 season with high expectations, but were plagued by injuries. Yeah, injuries ain't nothing to play with. and only able to muster a 43-39 record to barely get into the playoffs, despite playing in the only 60 games. Despite playing in only 60 games that season and being hampered by injuries, Iverson averaged 31.4 points per game and earned a second consecutive scoring title. The 76ers lost to the Boston Celtics in the first round of the playoffs 3-2 in a five-game series. After the defeat, Brown criticized Iverson for missing team practice. Iverson responded by saying, "We're sitting here and I'm supposed to be the franchise player and we're here talking about practice," and went on a rant that included word practice 24 times. He repeatedly said, "We're talking about practice, not the game." So in 2002-2003 season, it started off poorly for the Sixers. The 2002-2003 season started off poorly for the Sixers, who had just traded defensive standout Dikembe Mutombo, and I think he's an athlete. Be like, no, 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 no. They made a commercial with him in it, but you gotta check out the Dikembe Mutombo commercial. You'll get where I got that from and where Cat Williams got that from. To New Jersey and saw decrease in both offensive and defensive production from Aaron McKee and Eric Snow. All three of whom were key components to their finals appearance 2 years prior. Iverson would once again put up a stellar scoring number. A stellar scoring numbers 27.6 points per game. However, the Sixers regrouped following All-Star break to make the playoffs with a 48-34 record. They were able to defeat Baron Davis and the New Orleans Hornets in the opening round of the playoffs. Iverson later described Davis as the most difficult opposing point guard to defend in his career. In the six-game second round series, the 76ers were eliminated by the Detroit Pistons. And head coach Larry Brown left the 76ers in 2003 following playoff loss. After his departure from the 76ers, both he and Iverson indicated that the two were on good terms and generally fond of one another. Iverson later reunited with Brown when Iverson became the co-captain of the 2004 United States Olympic basketball team. So Denver Nuggets played in 2006-2008. And on December 19, 2006, Philadelphia 76ers sent Iverson forward. On December 19, 2006, the Philadelphia 76ers sent Iverson and forward Ivan McFarland. Some of these people got foreign names, so excuse me. This guy sounds like he might be Russian, Ivan McFarland, or German. To the Denver Nuggets and Andre Miller, Joe Smith, and two first-round picks in the 2007 NBA draft. At the time, Trey Iverson was NBA's number two leading scorer with a new teammate, Carmelo Anthony. Carmelo being number one. And on December 23rd, 2006, Iverson played his first game for the Nuggets. He had 22 points and 10 assists in losing effort to the Sacramento Kings. In his first year as a Nugget, they made the playoff. They won the first game and lost the next four to the San Antonio Spurs. Iverson was fined $25,000 by the NBA for criticizing referee Steve Javie following a game between the Nuggets and Iverson's former team, the Philadelphia 76ers. Yep. Mm. Then he played for Detroit Pistons 2008-2009. On November on November 3rd, 2009, Iverson was dealt from the Denver Nuggets to Detroit Pistons for guard Chauncey Billups, forward Antonio McDeese, and center Chikai Sam. Iverson, who had worn the number three jersey his entire NBA career, switched to number one for the Pistons, which Billups previously wore for the team. Iverson scored at least 24 and 4 on his first five games with Detroit, and they won three of the five and would score 20 or more. So he played with the Grizzlies 2009. 2009, Iverson signed a one-year contract with Memphis Grizzlies. He stated, "God chose Memphis as the place that I will continue my career, and that I feel that they are committed to developing a winner." However, Iverson again expressed his displeasure on being a bench player and left the team on November 7th, 2009 for personal reasons. On November 16th, the Grizzlies announced the team terminated his contract by mutual agreement. He played 3 games for the Grizzlies, averaging at 12.3 PPG, 1.3 RPG, and 3.7 APG, and 22 APG and 22.3 MPG. So he went back to the Sixers in 2009, 2010. So, on November 25th, 2009, Alice Stephen A. Smith, okay, Stephen A. Smith, published on his blog statement a tribute to Iverson announcing plans for retirement, which also said, I feel strongly that I will still compete in the highest level. So, less than a week later, on November 3rd, Iverson his representatives met with Philadelphia 76ers delegation about returning to his former team and accepting the contract. 2 days later, General Manager Ed Stefanowski declined and got to go into terms of agreement, but unnamed source told Assisted Press that Iverson agreed to a 1 year non-guaranteed contract with a league minimum salary. Iverson would receive proper portion of 1.3 million minimum. Shoot, I take 1.3 million. That's better than nothing. Besides, for players with at least 10 years of experience and contract will become guaranteed. And reminder of 2009-2010 season. On December 7th, 2009, Iverson made his return to Philadelphia, garnering a thunderous ovation from the sold-out crowd and a loss against his former team, the Denver Nuggets. He finished the game with 11 points, 6 assists, 5 rebounds, a steal, and no turnovers. Iverson's first win in his return to Philadelphia came 1 week later in a 20-point effort against the Golden State Warriors. This before Golden State Warriors became a household name. Steph Curry and them. In the Sixers' 12-game losing streak, which stood at 5 games before Iverson returned, he shot 70% from the field in the game. On January 3rd, 2010, he returned to Denver to face the Nuggets. Iverson scored 17 points and had 7 assists in a 108 and 105 win. He was voted as starter for the All-Star game. 11th straight season, he scored season high 23 points on 56% shooting from the field in a 99-91 loss to Kobe Bryant and defending champion Lakers. So in 2010-2011, he on October 26, 2010, Yahoo Sports reported the option agreed in principle of 2 year, $4 million net income contract with Besiktas, a Turkish Super League team competing in a second tier level of European professional basketball. The Euro Cup, the competition below the Euro League level, the club announced this. Oh yeah, competition Euro Cup, the competition below the Euro League level. The club announced the signing at a press conference in New York City on October 29, 2010, wearing jersey number 4. Iverson made his debut for Pikistis on November 16, 2010, in the Euro Cup 91-94 loss to the Siberian side. Him of form Iverson scored 15 points in 23 minutes. So his official retirement was in January 2013. Iverson received an offer to play for the Texas Legends of the NBA D League, but he declined on October 30th, 2013. Iverson announced his retirement from basketball, citing he lost his desire to play at the 76ers 2010-2014 season. Home open that night, he received a standing ovation at the beginning of the second quarter. The news conference at which he announced his retirement was attended by former Georgetown coach John Thompson and Sixers great Julius Erving. Iverson said he would always be a Sixer until I die. See, Iverson, I will always be a Sixer until I die, and that while he always thought the day he retired would be a tough day, he instead stated it was rather a happy day. So on November 2013, the 76ers announced that they would officially retire Iverson's number three in a special halftime ceremony on March 1st, 2014, when the Sixers hosted the Washington Wizards. The ceremony took place in front of 20,000 spectators and 76ers greats such as Julius Erving, Moses Malone, and former team president Pat Crochet. He headlined the Nerve Naismith Memorial Basketball Hall of Fame class of 2016, along with Shaquille O'Neal and Yao Ming. Iverson highlighted John Thompson and Larry Brown when speaking in the media on who he credited for the Hall of Fame career. So we're gonna end up with his personal life. Personal life. Iverson and rap star Nelly at a Reebok photo shop. During the 2000 off season, Iverson recorded a rap single called 40 Bars. However, after being criticized for its controversial lyrics, he eventually was unable to release it, going under his moniker Jules. The album was alleged to have made derogatory remarks about homosexuals. You know how that can go. After criticism from activist groups and NBA Commissioner David Stern, he agreed to change the lyrics, but ultimately never released the album. Iverson had an off again relationship with rapper the Brat claims he ended a relationship due to Iverson's infidelity. In May 14, 2005, Iverson appeared on CBS This Morning in support of a Showtime Network documentary on his life. Go check that out, the Showtime Network documentary, Allen Iverson, in which he addressed long discussed rumors of financial struggles, denying any notion that he was struggling. That's a myth, that's a rumor. The fact that I'm struggling in any part of my life, he said. In 2021, Iverson and former NBA player Al Harrington announced business partnership through which the line of cannabis products will be launched, named the Iverson Collects. Iverson will also aid in the development of various business and incentives. So he's still doing business stuff. See that business mind. See, that's cool. See, they ain't telling this on other channels. I'm telling you this on this channel. The company Harrington founded Vala Brands Apparel. The pair will also collaborate on educational efforts to reduce stigma surrounding cannabis use. So Iverson started dating his high school sweetheart, Tawana Turner, when they were 16 and married her at the mansion on Main Street in Voorhees, New Jersey. They have five children: Tara, Allen II, Isaiah, and Messiah Dream. On March 2nd, 2010, Tawana Iverson filed for divorce. On March 2nd, 2010, Tawana Iverson filed for divorce seeking custody of their children as well as child support. Iverson's cousin Curran Iverson played Division I basketball for the University. Iverson's cousin Curran Iverson played Division I basketball for the University of Rhode Island NBA G League and now plays New Zealand for the Manatu Jets. And that's the story of Allen Iverson. Hope y'all like it. Stingray cools out. You know the slogan. We don't sugarcoat anything. But the slogan team, no sugarcoating. We don't sugarcoat anything. Only thing that we sugarcoat is candy. Come like, share, and subscribe. Peace.